Hello and welcome to this brand new episode of Youthquake and our series in which we are trying to get and understand the young MPs, the young politicians of the country a little bit more. Now, national media has often been criticized for not paying enough importance, coverage and airtime to the northeastern states. So we thought this time let us dedicate a full half an hour to the lone Sikkim MP. He's a first-time MP, just joined politics about a year ago and now gets to speak for all his people. Thank you for being on the program and welcome to Youthquake, Indra.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So like I said, national media are often criticized for not paying enough attention to the northeastern states, but here we are to try and understand everything about you a little more. The thing is, when I was researching about you, there's very little known about you, right? Google does not know and papers don't know. So today it's going to be a bare it all episode, right? You're going to tell us everything that is not known.
Sure.
The only thing I know about you is that you're a research scholar. You're still undergoing your PhD. Now an MP, what happens to that?
I'm still a research scholar. I have done my research and done most of my paperwork and all. Now the remaining part is I'm yet to defend my thesis. Now it's quite difficult that a new responsibility has come up to represent my people in the national level, which I want to do it in a very sincere and honest manner. But at the same time, I want to complete my PhD as well because I have invested 4 years of my life and I don't want this to go in vain. So
you are 30, you're almost my age, and I keep thinking if any regular citizen, any regular 29, 30-year-old would just be worried about thesis, now you have to worry about the people of your state as well. So that's a lot of responsibility on your shoulders.
Yes, indeed.
But let's begin from where it all started. You joined politics just a year back, right?
Yes.
What brought you into it?
There have been quite of issues in Sikkim, though like you said, the national media doesn't know about it. Just national media knew Sikkim a few years back when there was a devastating earthquake in 2011. Otherwise, Sikkim is... the national media doesn't know much about the northeast, not just in Sikkim, but the northeast. And
out of the northeast also, Sikkim is like still a little secluded from the other sisters as well.
And because Sikkim is a peaceful state, there have not been any kind of violence, any kind of Naxalite movement, nothing. So that's why Sikkim is quite aloof from the national media.
Despite being a border state, despite being landlocked, despite all those issues.
But there are various issues that were pertaining to the youth, especially of us, because there was a whole lot of unemployment. Still there is. We are trying to address the issue in the state level, and of course we will be trying to address it with the central government as well. And there are so much of issues in Sikkim. So that's kind of dissatisfaction among the youths, and I am one of them. So I thought, why not come into politics? Why not join politics, mainstream politics, and try to address all those issues pertaining to especially the youths? Because
and a lot has happened in Sikkim over the past couple of years. There's a new party in power with a wafer-thin majority, just about 2 seats.
Yes,
2 seats more than the previous government. And the chief minister is very young. There are young media advisors. Everybody, there's a brand new set of people who've come in, and you are one of them, right? But your journey actually did not start from this party. You joined Baichung Bhutia's party.
Yes,
what happened to that?
No, with Baichung Bhutia and other party colleagues, we started a new party called Hamro Sikkim Party, and we tried sincerely to address the people's issue. And then, as you know, in politics, if there is no inter-party democracy and all, then it will not be very easy to work. And that's what happened with me, because there was inter-party conflict regarding the internal democracy and all. So I could not work in that party. So I decided to join the largest opposition party then.
Yeah, and how did you get into politics? How did you ask for a ticket? What was that process like?
I did not ask for the ticket actually. I joined SKM party with the thought that the change should come in Sikkim, because the previous government was ruling since last 25 years.
That's right.
I was just in pre-primary school when the government came in. It was in 1994. So we have been seeing that government, and we have seen rampant corruption during that regime. So I just wanted to come up with the new the opposition party, which was
Change
actually
was the need of
which
the
wanted the change.
Yeah.
So I went for the change.
Yeah, but you talk about corruption, but the fact is that the chief minister of your state, the party president, could not contest elections because he is convicted on a charge of corruption. So how does that work?
He has been convicted. He was convicted merely for lack of rupees. That was when the same government was there in 1997. So he was convicted. He was the president. But the people had decided that P.S. Goli would be the one to lead the next government. So that's why the people, looking at the people's mood, that people wanted change with the leadership of the P.S. Goli. That's how I came into this party.
But like I said, just to talk about the state as a big picture, sitting here in Delhi, there is a wafer-thin majority. There is a chance that when the mid-elections by polls happen, power might switch again because there are several seats which are going to be up for polls again, and if you lose those, then you run out of power again.
There is always a possibility.
Is there nervousness within the party?
No, absolutely not.
Now talk to us a little bit about yourself. So you're a research scholar who's yet to submit his thesis. Do you know the subject yet? Like, what is it going to be based on?
Regarding my research,
Yeah.
I'm a physics research scholar. So I have done my research in light atom interaction, and most of the work has been completed. So I don't know. I'm quite. I haven't decided how will I proceed in this matter, but I just want to finish my PhD as well.
Yes. What was the reaction at home when you told them you want to get into politics?
There was a mixed reaction, but they have always been supportive. Once I decided that I will be contesting election, I will be going into the electoral politics, despite all this academic research and all those, I have decided to go into electoral politics. And there was quite, of course, there was a mixed reaction from my parents, but after all, after my decision, that they have always been very supportive.
Now they must be very proud, of course, that you're sitting here in Parliament.
I hope
So we come to you, by the way, from the very beautiful Sikkim house here in Chanakpuri in the national capital. For some reason, this place, just like the state itself, is also very quiet. One forgets that you're in Delhi if you actually come in here. Do you like Delhi? Do you like how the power center is and the big parliament, and how did that go?
I have been really enjoying this new part of my life, because I have been enjoying going into the parliament, listening to the leaders, and also trying to get into the discussions in important issues, which are very limited time we have, though, because we are 5:45 and
Right.
so much of MPs have to get chance. But I'm really enjoying this new part of my life.
Yeah, I remember my first reaction when I got into Parliament, and just to cover it as a journalist, I could not believe this is where, where speeches are made when India got independent. This is where, our founding fathers came in and discussed the constitution, came about it. So it's a great feeling, right? And when you took your oath in Nepali.
Yes.
That is also a bit of a political messaging for people back home?
No, I was very much lucky in this regard, because Nepali was included in 8th schedule during Mr. Bhandari's regime.
Yes.
In 1992.
Yeah.
And then Lok Sabha MP, Mrs. D.K. Bhandari, the wife of Mr. Bhandari, the chief minister, the then chief minister. So they were successful in including this Nepali language, our language, the most popular language in Sikkim, into the 8th schedule. But after that, there were so many MPs from Sikkim. And it's just like they left that opportunity for me to do. So I was very much lucky that I got a chance to take my oath in Nepali, and I am very much proud that our language is already being scheduled in the 8th schedule. So that's a kind of very lucky moment for me as well, and of course a proud moment for me.
But at a time when there's so much debate in the country about Hindi, about Hindustan, about saffronization, about the way the BJP is going about it, how does that make you feel?
I believe in diversity. I've always believed in diversity. So language, all this religion doesn't have a specific boundary. That's what I believe. So even we speak Nepali, and during the time when this Nepali language was brought up into the parliament, of course this was also called as a foreign language sometimes. But this is no more a foreign language. This is a language spoken by a majority of the Indians who stay here and
even
work
here
for India.
in the capital.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So I think all these things like diversity has to be maintained and respected, irrespective of what. And patriotism is always there. We are Indians, irrespective of which language we speak. It doesn't matter. मैं हिंदी ठीक से नहीं बोल सकूँगा, फिर भी I am an Indian.
Interesting, I see. So we understand that the basis of your party came in, and the party came in after a lot of big corruption movement. That was your basic poll plank. What do you, as a young parliamentarian today, stand for? What does Indra Hang stand today in terms of ideology, in terms of where you want to see your country, in terms of what you want for the people of your state?
As far as this democracy is concerned, I'm quite liberal in this thing. So I believe in liberal democracy. I've always believed in debates, discussions, and coming up with the issues with different parties. Even
Top 3 issues for you would be?
for the time being, in Sikkim, there is one issue pertaining to each and every Sikkimese, because people have been identified as tribals, some non-tribals,
Yes.
and Sikkim is
ethnic groups.
ethnic groups and all. In Sikkim, most of us, the Sikkimese people, have a same economic background. We have same socio-economic background, but we have been identified. Half of us have been identified as tribal, and I am one of them. I am also a tribal. And
Your
there are,
second name, Hang, is your tribe.
no, not my
is-
tribe. It's
yeah.
it's a language. It's a Limbu language
Okay.
of my tribe language. So,
yeah.
so
And this is by choice that you've kept it.
yes, yes.
Not everybody in the state does
not
that.
necessarily, but nowadays most of them use hang word is used by most of the Limbus, the Limbu
Right.
tribes. So most of us, most of the Sikkimese people have a similar kind of socio-economic background. Even though we have a similar kind of socio-economic background, we have been segregated into two different parts. Half of us are tribal and half of them are not yet tribal. So one of the major issues that have been pertaining not just only in Sikkim but other parts of India as well is the tribal status for those remaining communities who speak Nepali language. So that's one of the main issues. Another issue is that we have been tribal since 2003, but according to the constitution, a mandatory provision is there that the seat has to be given to the tribals. That has not been done in Sikkim yet. That's another issue. And most
But
important...
you got this seat without reservation.
No. I've won it from the general seat.
Yes.
Being a tribal,
Yes.
I've won it from
Yeah.
the general seat.
Yes.
And that's kind of a different thing. But
Yeah.
one issue is the Limbu and Tamang seat reservation issue. And other issues are like in education sector, Sikkim has a lot to do yet. Because one of the issues that I have always focused during my election campaign is that there is one central university that was established in 2007, and that is where I'm doing my PhD, Sikkim Central University, and we don't have the campus yet. We have been running in the rented buildings for last 12 years. So in that regard also, we have a lot of development to do in the higher studies.
You know, when you talk about Sikkim, one of the major... Sikkim basically is dependent on tourism. A lot of the state revenue comes from tourism.
Yes.
The general per capita income of people is much above the rest of the country.
Yes.
It's well off. Issues like climate change matter to people in that part of the state, unlike the rest of the country where we're still scrambling for water, for electricity, for roads and the rest of it. So coming from a place like that, what is it that is a calling for young Sikkim people at the moment? What is it that they yearn for?
I don't want to project my state in a different manner, but some of the realities are harsher than you from Delhi and
Tell
other
us.
parts of the
Tell
India.
us about it.
Because the Sikkimese people, whatever they are facing, like the per capita income is high. That's the statistics, but the inequality is also very high. If you go into the society, if you go into the villages, then you will find that the unemployment issue is real. You will see that every household has 2 to 3 people who have been dropped out because of the economic condition. Now, I don't want to blame anyone here. I don't want to blame the previous government either. But this is a fact, and I don't want to shame my state as well. But this is a reality.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So I have to say this to the nation that still, though per capita income is high, inequality is there, even literacy rate is high, unemployment is there, and though you see like there is a whole 3 to 4 months of monsoon in Sikkim, and monsoon is a very wet weather condition, but still we have a problem of water scarcity out there.
Wow.
So these are the issues that people started understanding gradually. That's
But
how
isn't the
people
water
think.
crisis related to the hydro projects, which have run into so much of controversy of late
Yes,
in
to,
successive governments?
Yes. To some extent, the drying up of this spring water. One of the reason is the unplanned hydropower project, and
Where
this
does your party stand on this one?
So we have always tried. We have always focused on small hydropower projects only. We know that the mega hydropower project would be profitable.
Because I understand the debate there has been that while hydro projects get in a lot of revenue for the state, it's impacting climate at a very serious level.
Yes, we have always stood by the stand that we do not believe in bringing up mega power projects. We should have power projects, but in such a manner that environment is not degraded, in such a manner that the local people do not have to suffer. Now there are so many mega hydropower projects which we cannot shut it down because it has already been commenced. So in the future we will not be going for major hydropower projects. That's what we have planned, because our environment...
So that's a stand which is clear from the government. The other thing that Sikkim got to known for very recently was the 100th airport, and the Prime Minister was there to inaugurate it, and there was great connectivity, bugle being blown that now, you can reach Gangtok in such limited time, you can go and visit Sikkim, there'll be a lot of tourism. But the reality is that airport is now shut.
Yes.
And we don't know why, we don't know when it is going to start operational, get into operations again.
I think one problem with that airport is the visibility problem.
Yes.
Because it's in a very high altitude, so visibility problem is already there. So other issues are also there because this is a tabletop kind of airport, and the adjoining areas have been severely damaged because of that construction. And in the previous government, this compensation thing was not done in a proper manner. That is another issue. But however, this airport, which was operational for 8 months or 9 months,
all. Not even a year.
Not even a year, and it has been shut down for they are saying for 3 months. Let's see, and we are trying that this airport be operational as soon as possible.
Well, we can't fly to Sikkim, as they say, at the moment, but we're definitely at Sikkim House, so we're going to go and try some lovely momos inside and get to understand with Indra some other interesting details about Sikkim and the fact that he is a 30-year-old new MP representing all his people. So let's go right in. So we are in Sikkim House, and not fair to leave without having these lovely momos, right, Indra? How can we leave without that? Does Sikkim House feel like home for you?
Yeah.
Or do you miss home being in Delhi?
Though we miss home, but Sikkim House is more homely, so it feels comfortable to be here. And interacting with the people, because here those who are working are also, some of them are from Sikkim, so feels home.
And you are a vegetarian. I'm very surprised at that. And by choice.
Yes.
How did that come around, please?
Actually, I used to have non-veg food, so I decided for the kind of during the elections, it's very difficult to go around, and so vegetable is more healthy and all these things. So I decided to have just vegetable.
And you've been a vegetarian for how long now? Only for elections?
No. I have not been vegetarian for long. Not more than a year.
So Indra, the politician, has become vegetarian.
Yeah.
But you, the other youngster, the millennial, were okay having everything else.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. I also wanted to, ask you that in Parliament, where everybody is, hoping to get their voice heard, ensure that every issue that matters to them is taken on priority. For somebody like you, who is the lone MP from Sikkim, and the government is an absolute majority, they don't need you. How do you bargain? How do you ensure that they listen to you and your voice is heard and your issues are taken up?
Once we are in the parliament, once I am in the parliament, we make sure that we keep in record the issues of our state, despite of our very less number, just one Lok Sabha MP. I am the only Lok Sabha MP from Sikkim. So I have always tried to make sure that the issues of our Sikkimese people and our state is kept in record in the parliament, so that the government cannot ignore
Have you had a
our
chance
issues.
to meet the Prime Minister?
Not yet.
Not yet. Did you
Not
ask
yet.
for an appointment?
No, I haven't asked for an appointment. Once this parliament session is over, and then I'll meet him with the issues of our state.
Because he was there, you were talking about the airport earlier. He was
Yes,
there and
yes,
he,
yes.
kind of talked about how his government is ensuring all these smart cities and smart airports and all of it, but that really hasn't happened, right?
During the opening of the airport only, he also talked about some of the amount of grant that was given to our state government, and that was one of the biggest political issue, and that's also one of the reason that people have voted for us this time.
Really?
Yes.
So you must
That's
meet
so
with the
much.
Prime Minister and
Yes,
tell
yes,
him all
I will.
this.
I will definitely meet him, because he has been very positive to the Sikkimese people. He has visited our state more than twice or thrice in five years of his tenure. So it's a kind of a positive thing for us, and we are
but
very
you're
much.
not scared what's happening with the other northeastern states?
I
how
think
BJP is
this
taking over?
this donor ministry and NEC, they are working hard enough to ensure that the northeast issues are well addressed in the parliament.
Are you getting conscious of the camera and not eating?
No,
Please
no,
eat,
no.
please.
Thank you. Thank you. No problem. No,
No,
problem.
please eat.
Actually, I was concentrating on the issues. So
And not so much on the food. Well, food is very important. Let's not forget that. But, but do issues like NRC matter to Sikkim? The fact that it's become such a rage in your neighborhood, do you think it is and trouble at least?
Sikkim is there's a bit of difference between the other states in the northeast and Sikkim. We already have 371F, which defines who the Sikkimese people are. So I think as far as the NRC is concerned, once 371F is well protected, then Sikkim is well protected. I think that defines well about Sikkim.
All right, I think our young MP is getting very conscious and not eating, so we're going to not let the cameras roll any further, and we're going to sit down and have a bit of a meal. For the moment, Indra, thank you so much for speaking with Youthquake, and good luck.
Thank you so
much. And we hope you get all your issues and the time that you need in Parliament.
Thank you so
much. Well, that's
much.
it on Youthquake this week. If you like our episode, you can write to us. You can write to me at myouthquake@ndtv.com. And like we always said, if there is an issue that matters to the young in the country, be sure we are going to pick it up for you. For the moment, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.